Hello, and welcome to the meeting of the minds. Today we have England and the 13 colonies. Why did y'all think you should go to war?
Well, the colonists came from England, their motherland, so how can they betray England? An important person was General William Howe, and he spent lots of time amongst the colonists, especially in New York. Yet he died in the war by getting shot by colonists. And also, England only enforced laws such as the Stamp Act to gain more money lost in the French and Indian War. And so every time the Parliament passed acts like that, the colonists took that wrong and got mad and blamed that as a cause of the American Revolution.
General William Howe was only one man among the many mass killings on our side. When you passed the Stamp Act, we were unaware that you were secretly taxing us, and even if it was to regain money lost in the French and Indian War, we did not receive the promised land. That's why we had to appoint someone like George Washington that could lead against your men. He could barely survive the Valley Forge, and yet he still won the war in the end. So I think that we were worth fighting for our land, and because you were treating us very badly.
And now to Texas and Mexico.
Well, it wasn't our fault that Texas revolted us. All they had to do was speak Spanish, be Catholic, and have no slaves. But no, they wouldn't do that. And after the Battle of Gonzales, we felt like that we needed to teach them a lesson. And we knew the perfect man to do it, Santa Anna. So he led the Mexican troops to fight against the Texans.
You guys are asking us to do way too many things than we should. You guys are asking us to get rid of our slaves, which ruin our economy. You're asking us to be Catholic, which is taking away our freedom of religion, which we all should have. You're asking us to speak Spanish, which isn't the top language around the area. It's English, especially in the United States at the current time. And you guys are asking us not to trade with the U.S. Again, that's ruining our economy. So I think we were more justified to go to war.
And last but not least, the North and South.
We fought for the slaves' rights. The South wanted slavery, but as the Declaration of Independence says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Slavery was the main cause of the war. Some events were Vicksburg, Gettysburg, and the Emancipation Proclamation, which resolved the war. And some important people, like Abraham Lincoln, the president during the time, and Ulysses S. Grant, the general of the Union Army.
Well, slavery was economically better for the government. Also, the 10th Amendment gave us state rights that allowed us to make our own decision over things like slavery and tariffs. The North tried to take away our rights of slave rights. Jefferson Davis was our president for the Confederacy, and in his first inaugural speech he said, "Abolish the government whenever it becomes destructive of the ends for which it was established."
So how did this affect the war?
This war greatly affected my side of 13 colonies. Because we were being overtaxed so much by England, we didn't have much money, therefore did not have many supplies to fight against English troops.
Well, before the war, at the Battle of Bunker Hill, you guys took many British lives, and when you guys created a constitutional republic, you pretty much left Britain to rot and regain its strength by itself.
It greatly affected Texas because we had a new president, Sandy Houston, who was a very good leader. We also gained lots of land, new resources, and independence from Mexico.
The war greatly affected Mexico because we lost a lot of land and resources.
It affected the North because the radical reconstruction allowed the African Americans the right to vote, giving them freedom.
Once the war ended in the North, when they placed ridiculous radical reconstructions on us, which didn't even work.
Well, that's all the time we have today. See you tomorrow.